Hi guys, it's Rampant FM, and today we're going to discuss, since the beta is now dropped, which league I think you should be managing in. If you're kind of short of an idea, what's the sort of most enjoyable league, if you will. Although it's tempting to start in the EPL, especially if you support one of the teams. Obviously Newcastle have their 200 million transfer budget. Don't click off the video, because I'm not actually saying to start managing the EPL. I'm going to go with something a wee bit different. Honestly, in my opinion, my favourite saves over the last few FMs have been either in the Championship or League 1 or League 2, and I think that's where you should start. And the reasons for is because the EFL is actually licensed in the game, and I think that adds a wee bit of authenticity. And that's not the only thing I'm sort of pinning this on, basically, but whatever team you are, you're going to have a massive budget compared to other teams because of the revenue and money that you get in the EPL, and it doesn't really matter if you're It doesn't really matter the size of club, you're still going to be getting a lot of TV money and stuff like that. So it's a wee bit unwarranted sometimes. I always feel like if you're building a team and you're wanting a longer save, something that you might want to do when the full game releases, the Championship's always good. For learning the game, games are coming thick and fast. It's rarely Saturday to Saturday. You're going to have midweek games. You're going to have to think about squad balance. You're going to have to think about injuries. You've probably got more time to play your youth teams if you're someone like maybe Derby. I know they're probably going to be a popular save because of their points deduction, but they obviously have a really good youth setup. You've got teams like Blackburn, who obviously previously won the Premiership. There's a lot of sort of build-up jobs. My personal favourite, I think Nottingham Forest. I always sort of lean towards them. They've certainly been, over the last sort of few versions, my favourite save. I don't know if it's because of Brian Clough or the fact that Lewis Grabban always seems to do a job for me, but yeah, I just feel like if you're in the EPL, you've already got, or most teams have, like the best sort of state-of-the-art facilities, the best sort of scouting, the best, youth ratings that they can. You don't get that in the Championship, and you've got the season to build your team to get to that level. And if you don't maybe get promoted in the first season, then you've got extra time. Obviously, you've got Bournemouth, who have just, they've got a really good team. They're probably looking to get back into the Premiership. You've obviously got Fulham as well. It depends on what you want to do with your save, but certainly even teams like Middlesbrough, really decent youth. They've obviously got superb training facilities and youth facilities. So you've got Stoke in there as well, Sheffield United. So there are teams that you could probably pick that if you want to get into the EPL after the first season. But if you're really wanting a build-up job, probably go one of the sort of weaker teams. Even in League 1, you've got like AFC Wimbledon, you've got Bolton. My personal favourite there is Charlton. I had a really decent save with them in a previous version. If you're just wanting to jump into the beta, playing as much games as possible, definitely go English Lower League is what I would suggest, because they are really good saves, especially even further down in the Championship. It's more of a challenge because there's obviously wage restrictions and wage barriers as well, so it really depends on what you're kind of looking for in a save. As I said, I think EPL sometimes is a wee bit unwarranted. The money you get, it's kind of ridiculous how much money you get compared to even some other top leagues in Europe, so you can really build a team fast, but I feel it's better to build a team lower down than starting the Premiership. I always find the Premiership saves quite boring. I'm a Spurs fan, I've managed them in previous FMs, and I can just never get into a save with Spurs for whatever reason, and I think it's because if I'm jumping straight into the team, I've already got the money, I've already got like decent players, we're already in Europe, albeit the Europa Conference League this season. It's not the same as sort of building up a team from League 1 or the Championship. League 2, there's a few interesting teams too. Bradford City's always kind of a popular one. You've got Forest Green, who I've also managed there. They're kind of one that you want to build a reputation with. You've got Leyton Orient, you've got Hartlepool, Mansfield, I think are not too bad. Salford, obviously another one that are predicted to finish first. I can't really say too much about the Vanarama because I haven't went that far down, but if you're looking at maybe someone like a Notts County, but certainly I think another popular save will probably be Wrexham, because they do have quite a fair bit of finance backing them. So that's kind of my thoughts on what league to start in if you're kind of stuck for a better idea. I know the beta just dropped, so there's probably people not managing to play it tonight. One thing I will suggest though, if you are a 2D person like myself, give 3D a try. My laptop's not the best, but I have been playing in 3D simply because the animations are so much better. The match engine seems a lot more smoother. The game actually runs a lot smoother, so hopefully it means it'll stay that way. Certainly I know the beta last year was really good, and it wasn't till maybe the later patches that the match engine was kind of a wee bit screwed up. So for the love of God, please But yeah, the animations are really nice. Give 3D a try if you're a 2D person. I will be back with my part 2 of my Top 50 Wonder Kids video tomorrow. Obviously I need to wait a wee while until the editor's out, so there won't be any editor sort of stuff until it's released, basically, which will be full release, so a couple of weeks there. But I'll try my best to do content. I'm still not sure about a save. Obviously I've mentioned it before, I don't tend to do a lot of saves on the channel, but if the game runs as smooth as it does now, then there might be an opportunity to do a save there. But I do really appreciate the support. Thanks for all the likes and subscribes lately. I know I don't tend to do loads of content, or I haven't done for a wee while. I will be back, as I said, doing editor stuff. I'll try and do as much as possible with the game before the editor comes out, so I'm making an effort. I always make an effort early, not so much throughout the year. But let me know where you're starting with in the comments. What are your sort of best saves and whatnot, and I'll see you soon.